Coach, thank you. I really appreciate you taking a few minutes. So first of all, how does it feel to be the only nominee for Ring of Honor this year, the only person to be inducted?
Well, it's quite an honor, quite a thrill. It's something that you don't expect to happen when you first come to town. You want to do everything you can to get the Bucs winning and in the playoffs, and you're thinking a lot of team goals, but never thinking something like this could happen.
Yeah, it's a great honor.
It really is. When you look at the names that are on that wall and in that ring, it's the who's who of Tampa Bay Buccaneers football, and to be included in that group is pretty special.
We were talking off camera about the first time when you came here, sort of the announcement of you being the head coach. Did you ever envision, after 22 years, that you would make such an impact, not just on the Buccaneers, but on this community?
That's what you hope for, but you never can really see that coming. I came and wasn't necessarily the first choice. You know, Jimmy Johnson went to Miami and Steve Spurrier decided to stay at Florida. So I was kind of the next in line, and people didn't know what to expect. And so you hope things are going to turn out well, but never would have dreamed it would have been this fantastic.
I mean, there's a metaphor to life in that you may not always be the first one chosen, but the impact you leave is tremendous.
Well, I think the Lord has a plan. It was bigger than what I even thought or could envision at the time. But I know coming here for my family and everybody around me, it was tremendous. It was just kind of a perfect storm of having some great players here already, adding some, having a tremendous staff. It was just the right time.
I mean, so much so that you still call Tampa home, even though you don't really work here per se.
Yeah, no, we love it here. Even when we went to Indianapolis, we kept our home, knowing we would come back. It's just been great to be part of the community, and that's probably more than anything. The football connection was great, and the fans were tremendous. But I think just the people that live in Tampa, the people we call friends, we feel like we're part of the neighborhood.
Is there any regret about anything that happened here? I know it's hard. It's easy to live life kind of 20/20 looking in the rearview mirror.
Not really. You know, your hope was to win a Super Bowl and bring a championship here, and we didn't get to do that. It was disappointing not to be involved with the 2002 championship team, but that's life. And it's been great. Our kids have grown up here. They call Tampa their home. We've had tremendous friendships, had a great rapport with the Buccaneers organization, seen a lot of great players come through. No regrets at all, really.
Let's talk about 2002, because whenever people talk about that team, they go, that's Tony Dungy's team.
Well, it wasn't, really. Coach Gruden came in, and they did a great job. We had been close, didn't quite get there. That year, they put it all together, and it was tremendous accomplishment. I was proud to have laid some of the groundwork, but that was not my team. That was John's team, and they did it tremendously.
But it happened for you when it was supposed to happen for you, you think?
It did. It did. You know, the disappointment of not getting there in Tampa and then going to Indianapolis, and we had 3 or 4 years the same way, close, losing in the championship game, this far from the Super Bowl, and then finally in 2006 to win it. It was a very, very special feeling, and you do, at that moment, you realize it's not just a win for your team or your players, it's the entire city, the state, and it was a wonderful feeling.
I think I'd argue 2 states cheered with you, because I think the state of Florida was like, yes.
There was more down here. I got so many letters and cards from people in Florida. I got pictures from people hanging Colts stuff that night on their fireplace or whatever, and it was awesome to know that so many people in Tampa were cheering for the Colts that night.
So you're continuing with NBC. How's that going?
Loving it, loving it. Never thought that would be the case. I wasn't really in the media as much when I was coaching, but I've enjoyed it tremendously. We've grown as a group, done a couple of Super Bowls, and just had a lot of fun being involved with it, and we've got the best technical crew, the best production crew in sports, I think, so it makes it fun.
You guys do a fantastic job. It's always fun to watch. So next fall, when you're inducted, that's got to be one of the highlights of your career.
Monday night against the Steelers, where I started my professional career as a player and as a coach, it couldn't have been scripted better. And to have all our players and staff people come back. I was there for Coach Gruden's last year, and to know that everybody's going to come back, and one more time you're kind of getting to relive those 6 years. I'm looking forward to it already.
It has to be a feeling of euphoria to stand there, because I've watched the other Ring of Honor ceremonies when all the old players are there and they're like cheering you on.
You know, and that's what you miss when people ask you. It's that camaraderie and the back and forth. And you know, I talk to guys on the phone now, or I'll get a text from someone. But to be there with you know 90, 100 of your former players and talk about old times and kind of relive those memories, you realize just how great it was. And those friendships you're never going to lose. And so to be able to experience that together one night and to have everybody there, it's going to be awesome.